Good afternoon. My name is Ava Su, Gangwei, your producer, local producer of Iowa City. And I will all happy Hallow Mass. Happy Hallow Mass. Yeah. Samhain, traditional. New Year's Eve, well, not today, but coming next Monday is the truth. But we were all very grateful that we have made another year doing very well. So, and some of us have passed on to the other side, but we continue to remember our friends who blessed us, who were around here. Especially today, commemorating our friend Steve Jobs. Right. He touched all of our lives, hasn't he? Yeah, he's done so much for the consumer, for the regular person who wants to express themselves on the computer, how we connect. Yeah, and he's done a lot for us. We're very fortunate that he did all the designing, he did all that just for us, simplicity, all that, right? Very grateful. And we will have Mr. Prophet Living Good reading from the book Steve Jobs, written by Walter Isaacson, who wrote the most popular biography of Benjamin Franklin and also of Albert Einstein. Yep. In fact, Steve Jobs was the one who requested Walter Isaacson write his biography. And at first he was not sure, but then he decided to. So everything's cool. There's wonderful things. Yeah, I have bought that book. I'm intended to look at it, but the point is we have Mr. Prophet to help out since I'm blind. So I'm going to do some dancing. So thank you. Happy Hallow Mass, everyone.
Prophet Living Good reading for Ava Su from the Steve Jobs book. Reading from the chapter, Childhood, Abandoned and Chosen. The adoption. When Paul Jobs was mustered out of the Coast Guard after World War II, he made a wager with his crewmates. They had arrived in San Francisco, where their ship was decommissioned, and Paul bet that he would find himself a wife in 2 weeks. He was a taut, tattooed engine mechanic, 6 feet tall, with a passing resemblance to James Dean. But it wasn't his looks that got him a date with Clara Hagopian, a sweet-humored daughter of Armenian immigrants. It was the fact that he and his friends had a car, unlike the group she had originally planned to go out with that evening. 10 days later, in March 1946, engaged to Clara and won his wager. It would turn out to be a happy marriage, one that lasted until death parted them more than 40 years later. Paul Reinhold Jobs had been raised on a dairy farm in Germantown, Wisconsin. Even though his father was an alcoholic and sometimes abusive, Paul ended up with a gentle and calm disposition under his leathery exterior. After dropping out of high school, he wandered through the Midwest as a mechanic until at age 19 he joined the Coast Guard, even though he didn't know how to swim. He was deployed on the USS General M.C. Meigs and spent much of the war ferrying troops to Italy for General Patton. His talent as a machinist and fireman earned him commendations, but he occasionally found himself in minor trouble and never rose above the rank of seaman. Clara was born in New Jersey. Her parents had landed after fleeing the Turks in Armenia, and they moved to the Mission District of San Francisco when she was a child. She had a secret that she rarely mentioned to anyone. She had been married before, but her husband had been killed in the war. So when she met Paul Jobs on that first date, she was primed to start a new life. Like many who lived through the war, they had experienced enough excitement that, when it was over, they desired simply to settle down, raise a family, and lead a less eventful life. They had little money, so they moved to Wisconsin and lived with Paul's parents for a few years, then headed for Indiana, where he got a job as a machinist for International Harvester. His passion was tinkering with old cars, and he made money in his spare time buying, restoring, and selling them. Eventually, he got a job to become a full-time used car salesman. Clara, however, loved San Francisco, and in 1952 she convinced her husband to move back there. They got an apartment in the Sunset District facing the Pacific, just south of Golden Gate Park, and he took a job working for a finance company as a repo man, picking the lots of cars whose owners hadn't paid their loans and repossessing them. He also bought and sold some of the cars, making a decent enough living in the process. There was, however, something missing in their lives. They wanted children, but Clara had suffered an ectopic pregnancy, in which the fertilized egg was implanted in a fallopian tube rather than the uterus, and she had been unable to have any children. So by 1955, after 9 years of marriage, they were looking to adopt a child. Like Paul Jobs, Joni Scheibel was from a rural Wisconsin family of German heritage. Her father, Arthur Scheibel, had immigrated to the outskirts of Green Bay, where he and his wife owned a mink farm and dabbled successfully in various other businesses, including real estate and photo engraving. He was very strict, especially regarding his daughter's relationships, and he had disapproved of her first love, an artist who was not a Catholic. Thus, it was no surprise that he threatened to cut off Joanne completely when, as a graduate student at the University of Wisconsin, she fell in love with Abdul Fattah Jandali, a Muslim teaching assistant from Syria. Jandali was the youngest of 9 children in a prominent Syrian family. His father owned oil refineries and multiple other businesses with large holdings in Damascus and Homs, and at one point pretty much controlled the price of wheat in that region. His mother, he later said, was a traditional Muslim woman who was a conservative, obedient housewife. Like the Scheibel family, the Jandalas put a premium on education. Abdul Fattah was sent to a Jesuit boarding school, even though he was a Muslim, and he got an undergraduate degree at the American University in Beirut before entering the University of Wisconsin to pursue a doctoral degree in political science. In the summer of 1954, Joanne went with Abdul Fattah to Syria. They spent 2 months in Homs, where she learned from his family to cook Syrian dishes. When they returned to Wisconsin, she was pregnant. They were both 23 years old, but they decided not to get married. Her father was dying at the time, and he had threatened to disown her if she wed Abdul Fattah. Nor was abortion an easy option in a small Catholic community. So in early 1955, Joanne traveled to San Francisco, where she was taken into the care of a kindly doctor who sheltered unwed mothers, delivered their baby, quietly arranged closed adoptions. Joanne had one requirement. Her child must be adopted by college graduates, so the doctor arranged for the baby to be placed with a lawyer and his wife. But when a boy was born on February 24, 1955, the designated couple decided they wanted a girl and backed out. Thus it was that the boy became the son of not a lawyer, but of a high school dropout with a passion for mechanics and his salt-of-the-earth wife who was working as a bookkeeper. Paul and Clara named their new baby Stephen Paul Jobs. Back to you, Ava Su.
Can read more. minutes was that? Well, it is quite enticing, this book about Steve Jobs. Have to look at it. Have to look at it. Totally, totally. Very special person. Touched our lives. The simplicity, the design, and all this. Yep. So, if you come by. We've got for Happy Hallow's Mass, we have apple cider. Here's the cups. We have organic grapes and apples, which are, I believe, the crisp. I'm not sure. They're not organic, but they are clean. I washed them cleanly, and I soak them 5 minutes. I cut them little slices and wedges and put them 5 minutes. In fact, I think I OD 3 minutes, 8 minutes, in a little water with a little salt so they will not change the color. Yeah. You're welcome to come by and have some. And here's something else. This is coconut, not flakes, coconut chips. Yum. And dark chocolate chip, semi-sweet, grain sweetened. Everyone is welcome to come by and have some. And I'm supposed to tell you some more about today's program, but there's nothing to tell really. Everybody knows what's happening. Celebrate the occasion of Hallow's Mass and/or it began way back, Samhain. Yeah, New Year's, which is New Year's. So, I'll dance some more. You come by and have some food. People, you come by. I welcome you all. Come in right now. Right now. Whoever's at PATV, I walk by and have some. Please. Thank you. Everyone, please come by. Have some apple cider.
A nice offer.
Have some fresh organic grapes. Have some honey crisp apples, and have some coconut chips and chocolate chips, dark chocolate. Yeah. I'm sorry. I please forgive me. I bring the cookies. I bought some cookies. I forgot to bring them, but I will bring them tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow is Thursday. I will be here a while. My ride comes at 7:05 tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Some more apple cider. Come by. Happy Hallow's Mass, everyone. I will continue a little bit, but you don't have that. I mean, I'll have a little bit of cider myself. Have a little cider. I got this from the new plant. Cheers. Local. This is locally grown. And this special pumpkin's name called the Halloweeny. Name is Halloweeny. Yep. Thank you, Halloweeny. And it's especially created for us by Mr. Jared Sandersfeld, who is our graphic artist. Thank you. Yep. And I believe the pumpkin comes from Fairfield, local, Fairfield. How far is Fairfield from Iowa City? I think Fairfield is about 70 miles, right? 70 or 75 miles from here. Not too far south, I think, southwest. Yep. Fairfield, where we have the meditators, the transcendental meditation meditators. Sit Commune with being, all vast. Yep. Meditate and live. That's what our teacher taught us. That's what we do. Thank you. Yep, everyone's welcome to come by now, please. Come and have this. Apple cider, please. Come have apple cider. The cookies I'll bring tomorrow. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. That book. Okay. Maybe say more words about that book. You know, Ava Su is blind. She can't see much at all, But there's index. Steve Jobs has index. And I know how many pages. Nearly 600 pages. It's 598 pages. And of that whole volume, that many pages, only once was Final Cut Pro mentioned. On page 300, and the fifth line from the bottom, if you will go and look at it, you will count fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth line from the bottom, about the middle also. Final Cut Pro was mentioned. That's the only time it was ever mentioned. It's a secret word, huh? Final Cut Pro is the baby, is Macintosh's baby, of course. Yeah, we are very proud. That's how we connect with Steve Jobs. Totally, yep. We are very fortunate that he's given us so much. Our lives will be totally different otherwise. Lack of all this richness. Yeah, we are very fortunate. Forever be thanking him. Ceaselessly saying thank you, Mr. Jobs, thank you, Steve. So sweet, this person did so much. He is, I believe he's God's right-hand man. What do you think? I think he's God's right-hand man. He's our En. En means blessing. Ren is human person. En, blessing person. So he gives us blessings. We are fortunate. Yep. We're not bowing down to him like idol. No. We are thanking him as a person. He was special. When he was here, he did such special things. Oh, we are so grateful. He's not gone yet because of all his works with us. That's it. That's even though he's physically gone, his works still remain. Yep. Very grateful. We will commemorate him greatly. He was born February 24th, 1955. I was born November 19, 1943. I was born 3 years his senior. We were both born in the year of the okay? That's the most feminine of the 12 animals. And we're both water signs. My sun sign, I was born in Scorpio. His sun sign is Pisces. Yeah, beginning of Pisces. So, it's a pretty powerful person, very special, very fortunate. Yep. Anyway, gratefully yours, gratefully. Yep. So now we're forever connected with all this wonderful stuff that he's generated, he's created for us. I mean, can't ask for more. Just enjoy. Have a great time. Yep. I'm gonna dance some more. I don't want to be standing here giving. Well, you all are still welcome. There's a lot of stuff here, you know. Waiting for you to come by and have some. Yeah? I'm going to have a little more of this cider, apple cider. This is locally grown. Locally grown, locally pressed. Apple cider. Have some. Yeah. Locally grown, locally pressed. Yep, yep, yep. This is Osage, O-O-C-I-D-J. The first O you don't see, you are imagining it. Use your imagination. You have two O's here. First O says occasional, and you don't see it. Second O is right there. Occasional, open, contact, improvisation, dance, jam. See? Was very much inspired by Mr. Jared Sandersfeld, a graphic artist, to do this program today. This is the last opportunities I have to do a program to wish you all happy Hallowmas for 2011. Thank you so much. Yep, more stuff. Tomorrow I'll bring the cookies. Tomorrow I bring the cookies. Yep.